daily workflow as an analyst, this is what a typical day is going to look like for you. So most are expected to have a typical presence about them. So there's no nice way to say this. There really aren't any out of shape. There are no fat analysts. And so you are expected to present yourself in a certain way and to have a certain look, especially if the ultimate goal is to become somebody who will ultimately one day bring in business to the company. And so the question is, do you have a certain executive presence about you? If you don't, that's not going to bode well for you. So most analysts I know, they're up very early. So when the day is clear, they'll start their day, and usually the first thing they do when they wake up is hit the gym. So the gym's usually about an hour-long session, and then from there they're going to get to their desk. They're going to be getting ready for the day, so they'll check the emails, see what the immediate fires are to be put out, what the immediate needs are from their seniors, and they're also keeping tabs on macroeconomic conditions that might have a specific bearing on the asset that we are representing. And so they'll be checking Bloomberg News and really seeing also if there's any significant M&A activity that's happened that day where we might be able to pull a fresh comp that might have valuation implications on the asset that we're representing. Your day really starts at 8. At 8 o'clock we'll have a team huddle. We'll talk about essentially the goals we're looking to accomplish in that day, what the expectations are for you to finish your task list basically. And so it's going to be a pretty quick, pretty blunt meeting where it's like, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, and so on. And there will be a checkpoint, usually sometime midday, usually around lunch. But in the meantime, now you get to work. So you'll, as an analyst or an associate, you'll be updating the models, you'll be looking at the comps, you'll be working on the actual deliverables, there'll be internal reviews. We'll be in various stages, whether it's quantitatively through a model or qualitatively through a sim, possibly a teaser, possibly a pitch deck. You'll be essentially performing your part in all of that. And then you'll have a very quick lunch. This is usually, you'll run out somewhere if it hasn't been Uber Eats in. But typically, if you're the analyst, you're the runner. And so you're going to get everybody's lunch. You'll pick it up. And you'll be delivering it to the office. Somewhere, usually midday, that pattern will repeat itself, usually around 3:30, 4 o'clock. Somebody's going to send you out to Starbucks to go get drinks for everybody. But after lunch is over, there's a lot of client calls that you might be on. There's a lot of tracker updating, a lot of CRM updating. So as an analyst or associate, you're doing that in addition to, of course, your deliverables. And so you're not done. Once that's over, you might be doing a printer run for tomorrow's in-person meetings. And then after you've gotten everything from the printer before they close, you'll come back. There's still more work to be done. And depending, especially if we're in diligence, you're probably going to be getting even less sleep than this. You'll be doing a lot of that work. So it's very demanding, especially at the junior level. There's a lot of work to be done for multiple concurrent deals that are always being run. You'll never have the luxury of only being on one deal. You'll probably be on 5 or 6 as an analyst or an associate at any one time. So that's a lot of tasks to be done on those deals. And so what about your weekends? There's like a high chance, at least 50%, maybe even up to 80+%. So just think you'll work at least half your weekends, maybe 3/4 plus of your weekends, just depending on the transaction volume. And every year, me personally, even as a senior, I think this will be the year I get to enjoy Christmas and New Year's. It never works out that way because we're always trying to get our transactions closed before the year closes, and there's always that 1 or 2 that are hanging out. And so hours, by far, bar none, number one reason why most analysts tend to say this just isn't for me. And so I'd highly say, recommend that if it's a job where you just don't feel a calling, this isn't something that, think twice about it, because unless you really love it, you're going to be wondering, well, you've been up for maybe 72 straight hours, and that's not a joke, that's not an exaggeration, you will do that. You'll be wondering, why am I doing this? And so there are rewards for it at the end of all this, but you will be drinking through a fire hose. And when you start to look at what New York analysts get paid and think, well, this is pretty good, when you break it down on a per hour basis, you probably get paid more doing other things. So you're not really, it's a nice amount. You'll have no time to spend your money, so you will save money. but it's going to be a demanding first couple of years as an analyst.